I do think it might be starting to spit with rain down there at the chicane a little bit. You can see some raindrops on the camera there. At this stage of the day, we are merely practicing, but of course all of these lap times matter. The drivers want to be as quick as possible, and that starts in the practice runs. Next up, I believe, is Michael Rhodes in his number 12 entry, another of the Peugeot 106s. Always fun to see these 106s being driven in anger. Hear the engine singing away in the background. A well-tuned little car. One of the more, I would say, one of the closest cars to a sleeper on our entry list. It looks fairly anonymous, but it is a very powerful car that Michael Rhodes has built. Looks to me like back at the start line. I don't think he's owed another run, but we'll see. Michael Rhodes coming past the start-finish line of the regular circuit here at Mallory, but he's still got one more corner to do. As you can see, I think taking it a little bit gingerly as the conditions continue to well, grease up around the circuit. The number 12, currently third fastest across the practice sessions within this class, the sportsman category. His best time, an 82.3. This one in the 90s, a 90.51. The fastest 60% of each class will go through into the next round. The remainder will be eliminated, and that will continue on until only 2 cars remain for a final run against the clock to see who wins each category. The 124 should have the power advantage under standard specs, but I think Liam O'Toole's got a little bit extra under his foot. Michael Rhodes also springing into action in his fizzy little Peugeot 106. USBsport driven car, prepared car I should say. And Michael Rhodes, the engine from my commentary box, I can hear it bellowing down the steps straight. Liam O'Toole already heading towards the end of his run though. And what kind of time has Liam put in? Santos Tirado is just coming through the final corner now. Liam O'Toole's benchmark will be set shortly. It's a 122.96. I reckon that's good enough for a top 6 for sure. Santos Tirado is next up though, comes around the exit of Gerrard's, and that looked like a strong lap from my vantage point. A 82.12. It is a strong lap. He goes second and should be safe going into the next round. But what about Michael Rhodes? What about the Peugeot 106? We've seen this car before at Quick60. We've seen Michael before at Quick60. Powers out of Gerrard's, across the line, and what kind of time does Michael Rhodes put in? It's an 81.86, and you could see the commitment both before and after the start-finish line. An 81.86, that will make Rhodes safe. The sportsman class, Fraser McNeil, Michael Rhodes, Santos Tirado, Liam O'Toole, James Partridge and Lee Whitmore are all through. Nicholas Perkins, Ian Morris, Carl Austin and Anthony Edmondson, unfortunately, all eliminated. Santos Tirado is out next in the Abarth 124 Spider. And Michael Rhodes launches away in the Peugeot 106. These two then looking to try and get through. Only 3 will progress from the sportsman class. We're expecting 6 to run like to see James Partridge out in his 106. That's who we've missed so far. Tirado and Rhodes, though, are still out there and looking to try and get into that top three and progress into our third round. Tirado across the line. Santos goes second, a 1:21.81.1. Michael Rhodes was 3/10 down at the first sector split. Let's see what his final time is. Comes across the line now. And it's an 81.58. He goes third. He knocks O'Toole off his stool to go third fastest. McNeil and Tirado, they are safe. But what about Michael Rhodes? It's going to be down to the performance of this man, James Partridge, who will be looking to try and get in to the final three. Partridge crosses the line. Can he unseat Rhodes and get into the semi-final? No. A 1:22.61 puts him fifth fastest. An impressive time from Partridge, but he will not make the three that go through into the third round. Fraser McNeil, who's been the only sportsman class driver so far to drop down under 80 seconds. He's going to take a lot of beating today, but Michael Rhodes will be giving it his best shot in the Peugeot 106. If I remember rightly, that car used to be white. Santos Tirado heads off in his Abarth 124 Spider. One of these three will be eliminated then. McNeil, if he performs as he has done so far, should be through. It could well be down to Rhodes and Tirado here. We'll see what McNeil's time is across the line. Tirado through the chicane here. 22.42, a little up on Michael Rhodes from Santos Tirado in the first split. McNeil beats the line. He was 8/10 up in the first sector and he's done a 79.08, 1:19.08. That is surely going to be enough to go through. So now it's all about Michael Rhodes and Santos Tirado, who will join the sprightly Civic in the final of the sportsman class. Michael Rhodes across the line, and his time is an 81.89. Fraser McNeil, though, his time has been listed as a fail. And that could hand things to both Rhodes and Tirado. Indeed, Tirado and Rhodes are now listed 1 and 2. An 81.49 for Santos Tirado. He went 4/10 quicker than Rhodes. He would have knocked out Rhodes. But Fraser McNeil has had his time listed as a fail. I didn't see a reason for it. Perhaps he overshot the chicane. I missed that if he did. But a twist in the tail for sure in the sportsman class there.